Yo my people, welcome back to the channel. You know what to do. First and foremost, hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed. If you are subscribed, then love for the love, people, come on, share the vid, do all you need to do, comments, all of that stuff, people, help the algorithm out. Why not? Closing in on 113k, couldn't even believe I made 100k, but we're out here, people. Love for the love, the community always by my side. And finally, there's a bit of good news to talk about in this Cyprus sun. 32 degrees at this moment in time. Again, had to jump out the pool, about to go have a massage. None of them Cecil ones. A proper massage, a relaxing massage. I'm not trying to be stretched out. But each to their own, each to their own. And that good news, Eberechi Eze links. And I know the links came about last week. I can't even remember who first broke it. But Fabrizio has now spoken. He said over the weekend we have made contact. In fact, let me get the tweet out and read it direct. Arsenal have made contact with Eze's camp over the weekend. Contacts are taking place for Crystal Palace star, with Arsenal informed on the deal conditions. Tottenham also remain keen, but there's also news that Tottenham have approached West Ham about Kudus too. So, you know, they're putting their eggs in a few baskets as they need to do, being Tottenham, and seeing what they come out with. Now, listen, forget Tottenham for a sec. We've been moving slow in the window ourselves. And before people tell me July, PSR and all of that stuff, okay, I've heard it. It's July tomorrow. So yeah, we'll see what's happening then. A few welcome videos in the bank ready to go. And they will go when it's time for them to go. Izobermendi, Kepa, Norgard soon come. But yeah, Eze, like I said, finally a bit of good news. Reason being because that's a player that I admire. It's a player that I would have taken over the last few years, and I think it's a player that we could still do with. The qualities he possesses, the positions he can play, I believe it'll be an upgrade, not only to the depth of the side, but a potential upgrade to the starting 11. Now, I don't like how the fan base has been running wild and asking questions, Eze or Rodrygo. Completely different profiles in my opinion, and we should be going for both. So I look at Rodrygo deal as a separate deal to this one, if there is a deal to be done for Rodrygo, by the way, because it's still up in the air. I believe he's still kind of holding firm on, you know, wanting to stay at Real, as Arda Güler has done over the years, and we'll see what turns out in that situation there. But listen, regardless of what happens with Eze moving forward, I think Rodrygo should still be on the cards. But knowing Arsenal, it's going to turn into Eze or Rodrygo, as it does every window, with a couple of players that really we could do with both. But yeah, Eze, reasons I like him, I mean, he's productive, he's a menace. Like I said, he can play multiple positions, but I'm looking at him as competition for Odegaard. A very different profile in the 10 to Odegaard, a bit more of a dynamic type of 10, someone that can really take it to the defenders on the ball rather than someone that dictates outside the box. And that's how I look at Odegaard. And listen, Odegaard has done a great job at times. This season just gone, he did fall off quite a bit. You know, we could put that down to injury, we could put that down to the tactics from Arteta, which has impacted Martinelli on the left-hand side as well. But Eze, I look at and think, bring 60 million, we can do it in installments. You know, it makes sense. There's no need to make it make sense, it makes sense. 20 mil over 3 years, you know, and you know how we like to balance the books and juggle and follow PSR, FFP and whatever 3 letters are coming next, as we've always done. I think it makes sense, and it's a deal that we should be going wholehearted for whilst we're waiting on the outcome with Rodrygo and the news that, you know, Real Madrid are awaiting one player to tell them that they're ready to leave the club. All eyes are on him. All eyes are on him, but Arsenal, you know, keep one eye on Eze and get the deal done. Because, like I said, I see him as a central player. I don't see him as a left winger. He can play left wing. I just don't think that's his best position. I think it'd be interesting to see him on the left. I think he's a better player than Martinelli, in my opinion. Better player than Trossard, in my opinion. But, like I said, central is where I see Eze. And over the years, he's been consistent. Over the last 3 years in particular, he started the majority of games. And, you know, when you look at how much injuries have had an impact, you know, on our club over the last 12 months, I think going for players that have a good injury record also makes sense. And he started 30 plus last year, over 25 the year before, and 30 the year before that. And over those years, 16 GNA last year, 15 GNA the year before, and 15 GNA the year before that. So over the last 3 years, Eze's been consistent, not only availability, but ability and productivity. And that's what we need in attack. We need players to cause problems for opposition defences. We don't have enough of that. And we saw that last season. We don't have enough options, and we don't have enough players that are capable, in possession, on the ball, to really cause problems to the opposition. Now, you know, the year before last, we scored what, hella goals, and you know, people were comparing the goal score to the Invincibles year. It's not all about that. You know, we have scored goals under this system, but we haven't got enough options for this system. When the system is not working, it'd be nice to have a player off the bench. It'd be nice to have a player starting like an Eze who can change it up, who can offer something different. And with that productivity over the last few years at Crystal Palace, I think it makes sense. They lost Elise last year. Release clause was about 51 mil off the top of my head. And Eze is looking like just north of 60. He's won them an FA Cup. You know, he's got them into Europe, helped get them into Europe. It wasn't just him, but you saw his goal in the FA Cup final, and you know, across the season, he's been a standout performer for Crystal Palace. He won't have to move far. He won't have to acclimatise to the league. And he's a Hale End boy. He's a Hale End boy that spoke about the difficulty being dropped early on in his career and having to fight back, and what a fight back it's been, because here I am saying, I'll take him. I'll take him. The Hale End factor is just, you know, the extra sauce on top. And, you know, when I look at Crystal Palace and the situation they find themselves in terms of European competition, I know UEFA have said that they're going to, you know, suspend the final decision whilst the ownership decide and work out how best to go about it. Eze needs to find pastures new. I think it's about time. He's of, you know, perfect age to take that step up, deserves the step up. And I'm glad Arsenal are linked. I just hope we don't, you know, drag this one out. Pre-season is about 2.5 weeks away, and it'd be nice to get a few of the players we need in before then. And by a few of the players we need in before then, I ain't talking Norgard, I ain't talking Kepa. Zubimendi, of course, and if these Eze links rumours are to be believed, like Fabrizio has said, then yeah, Eze would be another welcome addition on top of the striker. And then maybe we can sort out the left winger after pre-season tour if Rodrygo drags it out with Real, and Real kind of dig their heels in and demand a fee that we've got to negotiate. So yeah, Eze, Arsenal links. Fabrizio Romano has broken the news, and I'm about to jump back in the pool with a little smile on my face, because the last few videos I've done over here, I mean, the sun's beating, the food's great, drinking, and I just haven't had anything positive to really talk about. Now people might say, oh, but you know, getting Norgard in for that fee is positive. Okay, you know what I mean, people. We need upgrades to the starting 11, and Eze, in my opinion, could very well be an upgrade to the starting 11, especially that position where Odegaard has over the last 12 months failed to find his feet post-injury, to say the least, to put it in nice terms. So yeah, Eze, let me know what you lot are thinking. Should it be Eze or Rodrygo? Do you see Eze as a left winger? I know he can play there, more left of midfield when he's done it for Crystal Palace, but I really see him central, and the ability he possesses to go both ways in terms of his dribbling, I think that just makes sense. You know, in midfield, we've got an awful lot of left footers in the side right now, and you know, kind of the way we play is telling. Everything towards Saka, a couple left-footed midfielders in the free at all times, whether it's Marino or whether it's Odegaard. You know, it'd be nice to have someone who's more than capable to go both ways and mix it up a little bit. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, thoughts, all of that stuff, people. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you are subscribed. There's no QR code this time around, but there will be one soon. If you don't know, get to know people. Make sure you watch all the videos that have come out over the last week or so. I'm improving the content on the channel. Hopefully you're enjoying. If you're not enjoying, let me know what you're not enjoying. If you are enjoying, let me know what more you could enjoy, people, because it's all about the community. So yeah, Eze, Arsenal, make it happen, people. Make it happen. Berta, make it happen. Kroenke, make it happen. Mikel. Love for the love, people. I'll see you soon. Peace.